What's up, family? You in the studio again with the GM David The Captin, live broadcasting with 365 Radio, man. We got a great show coming to you this week. A lot of stats, a lot of NFL news, but most of all, Atlanta versus Houston, Texas last night. The breakdown of what we saw, what we didn't like, what we liked. A couple emails came in, so we'll be talking about that all on the air. But I'm going to start with the captain. Your overall opinion of the game last night, man, when you watched the game?
It's a horrible game. I give them an F right off the bat. They didn't play well at all, didn't execute, didn't have the effort, didn't do anything right. Only thing you can point to is individual effort from a few players that made it improve from week 1 to week 2. But other than that, absolutely horrible. Horrible coaching, horrible playing, horrible everything, man. Nothing good came out of this game.
Yeah, all three phases of the game was disturbing. I know fans that this is only a preseason game, but even in preseason game, we should have gotten better from the Miami game to the Houston game. So I don't know what to expect next week.
I don't either. We got the Titans, I believe, coming up.
We got the
someone
Titans,
who we already had scrimmage with, which we scrimmaged with Houston the whole weekend. See the way that turned out. So I don't know what to expect from that next week either. Hopefully it's better, something to hang our hat on, because right now this season isn't looking to shape up the way we want it to shape up.
Exactly. One of our emails stated that, okay, guys, this is just a preseason game. Don't get too high or too low. And he was correct. But at the same time, I'm thinking that you should be getting better. A lot of the execution should be a little bit better from week 1 to week 2. And I know also he stated in the email that they're not game planning in preseason, at least for this game against the Texans. But
right.
At the same time, like you said, we had scrimmage against the Texans 4 days in a row.
Right.
So we should know some of the stuff that they was doing. It was like we were just blinded to everything that they was doing. And we made a third string quarterback look like he could start in this league, which we did the same thing. What I saw last night was what I saw all season.
I'd say the same thing. And I agree with you 100%, man. About not getting too high, too low, I understand that, but you got to constantly get better from week to week.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make the same mistakes, which we actually regressed from week 1. We didn't play good in week 1. Well, starting defense didn't play good in week 1. In this game, nobody played good. So we regressed from week 1 to week 2, which is not good.
Exactly. And I know Julio was coming off the season injury where he broke his foot last season. He was a little rusty, but, Roddy been there all training camp.
Right.
Harry Douglas been there all training camp. Majority of the other players have been there all training camp. And what was disturbing, that we couldn't get past the 50-yard line. Our starters couldn't get past the 50-yard line. And I was quite disturbed about that.
Definitely, because we're a high-powered offense, supposedly a high-powered offense.
Mm-hmm.
And we had our weapons, Julio back, Roddy back. Come on, you got to execute better than that. So, yeah, that's a little disturbing as to what is really going on.
Once again, this team don't have an identity. I don't know what or who this team is. And they preach toughness. Okay, so one toughness, physicality. But nobody afraid of the Falcons defense. Nobody afraid of the Falcons offense. Nobody, the great teams had that bruise on defense. Ray Lewis, that
right.
You got touched by Ray. The right. Giants, when they had that awesome defensive line,
right?
They came to get you. The Falcons, man, we sit back like last night. They had a couple 30 and longs, right. And we let them execute it.
Right, we are horrible with tackling and putting fear. That's not who we are. We got to figure this thing out quickly, because otherwise it's a sinking ship. And, man, you talked last night about it, that there need to be a drastic change. Right? At this point, something, either special teams coach, something drastic need to happen, because this is unacceptable. We can't go forward with this type of gameplay or execution or none of this stuff right now. We need to nip it in the bud right here.
Nip it in the bud right here. And like we were saying, the special team was horrid last night. They was horrible, man. you got a pump block.
Right.
Then a few plays later, you got a field goal block. The pump block ended up being returned for a touchdown.
Right.
And then you got a field goal block. To me, special team coach need to go.
Right.
I'm talking about, I would have sent him to the house as soon as we got back to Georgia.
Right. And not only those are bad, we highlighted plays, but we didn't, on 2 times they kicked the ball to us, we end up on the 10 and one on the 20.
Yeah.
So he's not opening up holes for Hester or whoever is returning this ball as well. So we'll take a step further. I agree. He needs to go. He haven't done, in my opinion, he been here since Mike Smith 08.
Keith Armstrong.
Right, Keith Armstrong. I haven't seen too much out of the special teams that I like. We had some good stuff too, but it's been mostly bad to me under his regime.
Yeah. Our best special team came under Joe DeCamillis.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? That was our best special team. But yeah, I haven't seen, and I'm in this Falcons vanilla where they at the end of the games it's like, oh, we did pretty good. We didn't. Matt Ryan was talking about they did pretty good. The line helped. You didn't get back to 50.
Yeah.
So you didn't do bull crap.
Yeah, he didn't do nothing. But I guess in his defense, you don't want to throw your line on the bus. Otherwise, they're really gonna let you get hit. But
in the minute they let $100 million quarterback get killed, they out.
They should be out too, right?
They'll be cut.
But as a leader, you still don't want to throw them under the bus too. But yeah, I don't like the comments. I guess he needs to be a little tougher too. As to we need to do something, because if you keep with this attitude, nothing ever get fixed or changed.
Yeah,
so I think he needs to say something to speak up. We seems to have a problem with the speed ends, and I guess a linebackers, because Clowney is listed as a linebacker. We seem to have a problem with the speed off the edge.
We do. Clowney got back in the backfield. He hit Poe Antone Smith.
Right.
He lit him up.
Right.
And then the very next play, he got a sack on Matt Ryan. That's, that is J.D. Clowney. He's the first overall pick. But at the same time, he's a rookie.
He's a rookie, too. What you look, Whitney Merciless did the same thing. He got a sack, too.
Then Whitney Merciless turned around and beat Jake Matthews, our first-round pick, for a sack. And then Sid Barrett beat us for a sack. You know what I mean? So we do got a problem there. And we need to shore that thing up. But I don't know. My thing is there's no identity on this team. What are we? We're a running team? Are we a passing team? And then on defense, are we a hard-nosed, in-your-face, need to put the punishment, the pound on you? Or I don't know what the identity of this team. But the way they're going, man,
it ain't gonna matter.
It ain't gonna matter. Looks like we're gonna be getting a high first-round pick come next year. And I know it's just a preseason, but at the same time, I want to see more effort.
Right, you want something to hang your hat on. Your first team against their first team, and you got blew out the water. So it's a preseason game, but you still got to play the game. You play to win. Otherwise, what you doing it for?
Exactly. So I don't know. I wasn't impressed at all. I wasn't impressed at all with what I saw last night on not one phase of the game: offense, defense, or special teams. Then when Matt Ryan went out, Renfrey came in. Renfrey, from the quarterback standpoint, he should be our number two back.
Oh, absolutely.
Quarterback.
Absolutely. The quarterback competition is done. Matt and Sean Renfrey.
Yeah.
That trade with Yates and Akeem Dent turned out to be another bad move by Tommy Dimitrov.
You mean Dummy Dimitrov?
That's his nickname on
the That's his nickname
Dummy Dimitrov. That's what we're calling him from now on the show.
There's no way. And the reason I gotta the moves that Dummy Dimitrov has made. Okay, you allow John Abraham. You refuse to sign John Abraham. You refuse to sign Harvey Dahl. You refuse to sign Tyson Clabo. You refuse to sign Curtis Lawton. But then you go and give Sam Baker a 6-year, $41 million extension, and he can't stay healthy. He's been hurt. All last season he was hurt, and now he just tore his potato last night, and he out this year.
I guess we gotta give him a nickname too. We're gonna call him Sam Broken.
I'm gonna call him Gingerbread Man. You know what Gingerbread Man do when they hit the ground? They just crumble.
Right. That's his new nickname.
Gingerbread Man. Because there's no way,
I guess we can call him paid too, because he sure got us.
Yeah, he robbed them cats with no mask on. He didn't even use a ski mask to rob them cats. I think Dummy Dimitrov ain't with him, bro.
They might be colluding together. But pay the players that don't deserve it. Get rid of the players that we need.
Exactly. And so I don't understand his move. I don't understand his move. But who gonna end up paying the price is gonna be Mike Smith. And I think both of them gonna pay the price. So they don't have a winning season this year.
Yeah, they tied at the hip together, I think.
Yeah, both of them gonna pay the price, the ultimate price. But Dummy Dimitrov bringing all these bucks in here. You know what I mean? These people can't stay healthy. You know, he bought in he bought in Sam Baker. Okay, he's been hurt the last 2 years, not on the field. Then the very next year, he drafted Prairie Jerry in the first round of 2009. He's been hurt.
And now retired.
Right. Then the very next year, you draft no, we didn't have a first round about the following year, did we? No, we drafted Sean Weatherspoon.
Okay.
He can't stay hurt. He can't stay healthy. He stay hurt. So Dummy Dimitrov need to get his pitch better, or he need to be out of here, man.
Right, and this is a guy who was a scout.
Yeah, was a scout. You're supposed to know
players' talent, right?
Jeez, bro.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with him, but something's got to give because the moves he make isn't very smart to me.
No, they're not.
They can pay you and I to go ahead and do what he do.
Exactly. In scouting and pay people, but I really feel like from what I'm seeing on the field right now this year here, in these last 2 preseason games, I'm looking at a 6-10 team.
That's about right, and no, it pains me to say it because we came out before all this preseason stuff, and we kind of predicted we're gonna have double-digit win divisions, but. Right, I don't see it. What I'm seeing in the first 2 games, it's not looking good. We're going to be probably in the top 10 pick going this route.
Yeah. And the teams have, to me, I hear Mike Smith talking about this woo-woo-woo on Hard Knocks Life and talking about all this stuff. The team need to get better with a good football team and everything. But I think the Atlanta Falcons had took on Mike Smith's personality and he's soft.
I think so too. I hear him on Hard Knocks too, but I think that's all for the cameras.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think he's that tough or that type person behind the scene. Mm-hmm. And I agree. I think we have taken on that personality of being a soft team too. A soft team.
And who do you blame? Now I got to put the onus on Arthur Blank. And the reason I say this is because, okay, you bought. After Dan Reeves, you bought in Jim Moore. Mm-hmm. Okay, he was okay, but he was soft.
Right.
You let Mike Vick did anything.
Right.
Then you bought in Bobby Petrino, who quit in 13 games. He wasn't even man enough to even talk to the players. He left them a note on his seat. And then by 10 o'clock on noon, he talking, Pig Suey. You hear him, that was a bad move. And now with Mike Smith is the winningest coach in the franchise history. And I'm grateful being a Falcon fan for what he's done now. But I don't think Mike Smith can take the team to the next level. I just don't think so.
I don't either. But with what we had went through in like 2007, I think he's a good person for the job at that time because of his personality. That's soft. He's a player's coach. We couldn't get another hard-nosed disciplinarian in here after having Petrino in here. So I think at that time, Smith probably was a good personality at that time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't see him getting us to that Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So with that said, man, let's get the Prophet online, man. Let's see what the Prophet up to and see what he think about the game last night.
Absolutely. Let's do this. Prophet, how you doing?
Good.
Good to have you on the line with us, man. This David The Captin and Add a GM. Calling to talk to you about this Falcons-Houston game last night. And see what you thought about that game after watching it and analyzing, and give us your opinion on what you think.
In Prophet, before you give us your opinion, we have talked about it in the studio prior to giving you a call and stating that we didn't see no excitement in every phase of the game, and every facet of the game played poor.
Yeah. I think like the offense, we need to have a little bit more explosiveness. Even though I know it's like preseason and stuff like that, but there's no explosive like plays in the offense with the starting group. I feel like we have too much speed to not just be making plays. I mean, I think on defense too. We just brought in a good D-line coach. We're not really getting a push on D-line. The offense line just fell apart now with Sam Baker gone. We're going to have to move Jake Matthews. I don't think it's going to be a good turnout for us.
Prophet, do you think that might be a blessing in disguise though? Because Jake, we discussed this before. How would Jake do it left tackle?
Yeah.
With Sam Baker gone? Could that be, possibly a blessing in disguise if Jake have to move to the left and maybe somebody else, Karimi or somebody else at right tackle? Could that really work?
I think it will. Because I hope Gabe Karimi do get it up. Because Lamar Holmes, like based on his last year, he wasn't ready for it. And I don't know if he made any good progress or whatever. But I think if Gabe Karimi can step in and be a power runner on that right side where we can just pound the ball. And with Jake Matthews being our pass blocker, I think we'd be good.
Okay.
I can see that. In last night I was watching the game and watching our starters versus their starters, man. I was horrid because even though, it was they stout defense, as we know, Houston got a great defense in front up there. We didn't get past the 50. We didn't get past the 50-yard line, and we went 3 and out twice.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I didn't see no. Come on, man, I need to see something. Give me something to hang my hat on this season. We as 365 radio personalities, man, we've been some of the Falcons' biggest advocates. But at the same time, when you put crap on the field, we talk about you too.
Absolutely. Like we always say, we keep 100. So
yeah.
If you don't do good, we're going to talk about it. If you do good, we're going to give you praise. That's the way we are. We give credit where credit is due.
Prophet, what you think about TJ Yates? You think he got a shot at making this team? Because I really don't.
I think not. I think we should have just kept Dominic Davis in the first place. Because, TJ Yates, like, he did beat us that year and stuff like that. But that don't matter. To me, he's not really a good quarterback at all. And I think the other quarterback, Sean Free or something like that, I think he'll end up being a second-string quarterback. Because Yates, he's no good to me, and I think he won't make the team.
I absolutely agree. 2 weeks in a row, Renfrey outplayed him.
Yeah.
Like, man, the GM talked earlier. This looked like another bad move by Dummy Dimitrov. That's his nickname on the show now, Dummy Dimitrov.
Exactly.
To get rid of a body of linebacker who we could have used
on special teams
or whatever to get somebody who's possibly not even going to make the team now.
We already had a good backup to me with Dominic Davis, who was a third quarterback. So.
Right. If he didn't make the team, you could use him to practice against. There's a lot of mobile quarterbacks anyway. The league you could have used him for if he didn't even make the team and been on the practice squad.
Exactly. And once again, man, me and Captain was talking Prophet earlier about the move Dummy Dimitrov had made. We were saying that he refused to pay Harvey Dahl, let him go. He refused to pay Tyson Clabo, let him go. He refused to pay John Abraham, let him go. And he also refused to pay Curtis Lawton and let him go. And all these players had done well in the other teams that they have played in. But at the same time, he sit and signed Sam Baker to a 6-year, $41 million extension. And this man can't stay on the field.
Yeah.
And let's go one further. When he's on the field, he's pretty bad.
Yeah.
He's pretty bad. And then my thing is, not only that, we need to really look at Dummy Dimitrov because you go and give this guy all this money, but you refuse to pay. You refuse to pay any of the black guys. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm sorry. You gave Parade Jerry 1 year a prove it deal. You gave Corey Peters a 1 year a prove it deal. You know what I mean? You have no problem with cutting the brothers. You let Brent Grimes go to Miami. You let Ovi Mahaley go. You let Dante Robinson go. Even though Dante was a bust on the corners, but I think he could have been a great nickel back.
Yeah.
You let these guys go, but then you turn and sign Sam Baker. Get the heck out of here, man.
I totally agree with you. I think that he do make dumb decisions, and I think he's not really a good GM. I mean, the things he do and the players who he think is going to be good turn out to be awful. Like Sam Baker, he had that 1 good year, and that was it. If we paid him all that money, and now he's out for the season, it's been crazy. I think we should just put him on injury reserve. I don't know if you're able to release him yet, but to try to find another lineman, I guess. I don't think the GM is a good GM at all.
Right. But anyway, when we do, Sam Baker is probably not going to be a Falcon very much longer, but we still going to take that hit. That's what hurts.
Yeah, because you're gonna take a hit because I think we signed him through 2017.
Right, that was a very, very bad contract.
Yeah.
But we will get to maybe some positive. What was there anything positive that you've seen in this game, either from an individual standpoint or what? Was there any positives for you?
To me, it was just to see Julio Jones back on the field, healthy, they still able to run a route and stuff like that. He showed some speed when he caught like a little drag route, and he got a few yards, but it showed that his foot wasn't still bothering him and stuff like that. And I see my boy Anton Smith, he do some good running. He didn't break a long run this time, but he did show some positive runs and stuff like that. But that's about it, because the defense to me still look like the same defense from last season. So that's about it.
Man, and that's exactly what me and the captain been here talking about. But it's like the defense look like the same defense from last year. Yeah. They can't get out the field. We can't get pressure. Turnovers. We look like the exact same defense.
Yeah. Did you see any positive, GM?
Only positive I saw, man. I would have to give Rashid Hageman some props. I think he did well last night. He did better than he did against the Miami game. I think Hageman did well. I think OC looked good. Okay. With the speed coming off the edge. I don't know why Bierman is starting on the other end when you got OC Umayera with that type of speed and come off that end. But I also saw that the kid Ishmael. You know what I mean? He was out of position a couple times, but when he went and got the interception, it's still a little question. But since they gave it to him, I'd be like, good.
Right.
And Sean Renfrey, I like what he did with the Devin Hester on the bubble screen route.
Right.
But overall, man, it was individual efforts. I didn't see a great team effort on one phase of the game.
Okay.
What you think, Captain?
I actually agree with you on a lot of points. Rashid Hagan, I like what I've seen from week 1 to week 2. Seems like some growth there. Renfrey, he played nice, 7 for 10. Mm-hmm. Nice completion rate. Freeman, no good and bad there. He's a great runner. He can't block, which, they got to get better on blocking, but I like what I've seen from him as a running standpoint, being able to get between the tackles and not to the outside and get some positive yards. So I definitely like that. From an individual standpoint, didn't see anything as a team that I like can be hang my head on.
Okay.
So Prophet.
Yeah.
What do you think the special team and what you want to see what you think about Keith Armstrong and his special teams and what should happen there?
We need to make some changes. I mean, on the first 2 kickoff returns, Devin Hester got to like the 15-yard line and was tackled. There's no reason that should be able to happen at all. It's like we down the field on punts. I feel like we give too many yards and we don't get enough yards on kickoff return. I think we do need to make a change in that department also, because Devin Hester should be able to get at least 20 to 30 yards for every kickoff. To me, he should. And on punt, our punter, he's a good punter. Matt Bosch is very good, but our punt team cannot get down and make a tackle for nothing. So I think changes is going to become real soon.
Okay, GM, you are GM on 365. You the GM of the Falcons. What happens now?
Keith gone. Keith Armstrong gone. And it's nothing personal. I think from what I saw last year, and even the year that we went 13-3, the special team still lagged. The special team is one of the most important phases of the game. They can change and dictate field position. And we don't do that. We don't do that with our special teams. And nor do we have big plays to change the game around on offense when we're receiving the ball. So I think it needs to be a change, and I hate to see anybody lose their job. But if I'm the GM or player personnel or whatever, or or in charge, I think I'd be looking to replace Keith Armstrong, and just to send a message to the other coaches that, hey man, my job on the line this year, so your job is on the line this year.
Right. And that's the only consistent seasons Mike on the coaching staff since Mike Smith been here since 2008. Mike Smith and Keith Armstrong. Everybody else has kind of been switched around and changed. So I agree. Keith Armstrong, he got to be the
scapegoat.
The scapegoat in this situation. Even though his special teams played horrible, I haven't been impressed since 2008. Since he got here, I haven't really been impressed with him. So that'd have been my message as well. Hit the road, Keith. Sorry, but it's business at this point.
It's business. You know what I mean? And next man up, next coach is up. But you really don't have the next coach up until I bring in somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
But special teams, I think you can get away with it. Possibly right now with the interim.
Yeah, with the interim. But overall, like the prophet was saying, man, the game was horrible last night. It was horrible. I had to watch it so we could be able to talk about it, but it was horrible. It was hard to stomach. And it was a preseason game.
I agree, man. That was hard to stomach. I had to watch it in segments.
Mm-hmm.
Watch a little bit here, then watch it a little bit later, and because it was poorly played, poorly executed, poorly coached, poorly prepared. Everything was poor about that game.
Yeah. What you think, Prophet? What kind of moving forward? What would you like to see out of the Falcons?
To me, a better defense, and they always talking about toughness and attitude. We haven't showed nothing in the last two games. When we played against the Texans, after them guys was getting incompletions and big hits, those dudes was showboating. We don't do nothing. We just sit there and just go on to the next play. Now, get some attitude or some, or that nature to provide about yourself. We don't do nothing at all. We don't walk into our players that mug or nothing like that after they make a play. We just go on. I would like to see some attitude about our team, and right now they're not showing anything on the defense.
You're right. I think me and you was talking about that earlier too. We were saying that I want to see somebody who's willing to go not only to the line, if it need be, go over the line.
Yeah.
I want to see if it takes you going over the line to get your teammates fired up, go over the line.
Right. We definitely don't have a swag about us this year.
Yeah.
Nothing about us that does that. We are just kind of whatever, lackadaisical, I guess.
It's nothing marketable about this team right now.
Right.
There's nothing to market this team on. You know what I mean? Besides, okay, you got Sam Jackson, who, doing the rise up thing, but nobody afraid of the Falcons. Right. You got some teams like last year in the Super Bowl. Denver was literally afraid of Seattle.
Right.
But nobody's afraid of the Falcons, dude.
Right. You got to give them a reason. We haven't given anybody a reason to, so, right, they're not going to be afraid of us.
Oh, offense, not defense.
Right.
And I think it starts all with Mike Smith and what he do with the team. Because if you think about it, the 49ers people are scared to play the Seahawks. And their head coaching is very tough. Like Tomlin, them guys are physical coaches. They like to punch in your mouth. We don't do nothing like that. And it's Mike Smith. It's hard.
Right. And me and GM talked about it earlier. We think he's a soft coach.
Yeah.
And yeah, it sounds like you think the same thing, that the team has taken on his personality of being soft as well.
And if I think if we don't have a good season this year, why not let him go and bring in somebody like a John Gruden or Bill Parcells if we can get him out of the retirement and who got some swagger about it and bring it to this team, because we need that right now to try to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and I do think if it's been put out there from the camp out there from Flowery Branch that from under, I can't put their names out there, but if we have a undesirable season, it would be some major head coaching changes and GM. And the fact that I'm saying that is because, and you heard it first live on 365 Radio, that if we don't have a successful season, Dummy Dimitrov and Mike Smith will be out next year.
I believe so too.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got the source, so yeah, I believe so too. That 2 years in a row, they'll be gone. Even though, no, I do kind of like the moves this year from that we drafted. But yeah, he made too many bad ones, and Mike Smith not coaching and too soft. So yeah, another bad season this year. They both gone.
They both gone.
Probably all the coaches will be gone. It's probably cleaning house.
Yeah,
and you have to start completely fresh.
Because we already cleaned house 2 years ago with the offense coordinator and defense coordinator.
Right, but we brought back in his buddies. Well, Mike Nolan, I was kind of with that. I might have been wrong on that one. I thought he was a good coach, but his defense don't look like he panned out. But the offense, Mike Smith just bought his buddy from Jacksonville.
Dirk Cutter. And how can you bring in an offensive coordinator who was 32nd in the league?
Right, a losing system.
Yeah.
So I don't get it.
Yeah, me either. And then you can just act like it ain't nothing. So yeah, I think Mike will be gone.
He should be. If another losing season, get him out of here. I help pack his bags.
Exactly. Exactly. Because they got that stadium. They got that $1.2 billion stadium being built.
Right. Absolutely.
You not winning?
Off the blanket, mad right now.
Oh, he's livid. Did you see his face last night when they put the camera on him? He was livid.
He should be. He should be.
Put too much money into the team, and that's why we're getting out.
Right, getting beat the way we did. We got embarrassed.
Yeah, we was embarrassed. That was embarrassment.
And that's unacceptable. So he should have made a change today to prove a point like we was talking earlier. But what do you think about the gameplay and the new rules with these flags? What's going on there?
I think it was entirely too many flags thrown last night. And the game wasn't fun. Even though my team was getting their butt dragged. With all those flags that the referees was throwing, even against Houston Texans, it wasn't fun to me. I didn't enjoy watching it last night. What you think, Prophet?
I think it's way too many. They want to bring excitement to the game, but you ain't gonna bring no excitement to the game with all these flags. Every play there's a penalty. They always call it mostly on the defense with cornerbacks holding. Cornerbacks, they don't look like they're holding. Those are physical corners who like to get their hands on you. And I don't see that as a penalty. They always call it that. I think right now, the commissioner, he's trying to take the game to another point where it's too sensitive. Like, it's just too. Like, we can't hit the helmet, like try to hit a big hit. If you leave with your shoulder, they still gonna call it a flag. Right now, it's no good right now at all. And I think commissioners is making bad choices.
Yeah, and it's not consistent. They call it sometimes they don't. Yeah, I don't like the flags. Roger Goodell, you ruining the game. You are ruining this game. The referees are making the game about them right now. It's entirely too many flags. A lot of them are ticky-tack flags, which don't impact the catch or the play. And you got to let that go, man. You got to let these guys play. If something happens on every play that you can flag, well, you shouldn't flag every play. Man, we're going to be sitting in front of TV for 6 hours watching the same game.
Same game, exactly. So I don't like it. Too many flags, and you're right. I think he's. I I think he's bad for the game of football right now.
Right. As a fan, yeah, I don't want to see all those flags. I want to see play. Let me see some play.
Yeah.
In football, to me, it ain't about. I think what Roger Goodell trying to do is have that 70 or 80 point game. You know what I mean? Where a team scoring 50 to 60 points.
Right, which ain't fun to me.
It ain't fun to me.
It's not fun at all.
I don't want to see that. I like to see my 21-15 with some defense. I like to see. I love to see a game 10-7 if it comes down to it. I don't care, but I don't want to just see a shootout. That's not exciting to me.
Right. He might as well not even have a defense. Let's go out there with 11 on offense and let them throw the ball and play. Because that's what we're going to.
Yeah. So I don't know, but once again, guys, I don't think T.J. Yates gonna make this squad. Devontae Freeman got to get better on pass blocking, and a lot of other players, man. It's gonna be sad to see all the cut downs coming.
Right, it's coming.
I don't think Tyler Starr gonna make this club.
He haven't panned out, I don't think, to me. It's right now.
That kid, Jaquez Smith, number 45, that got his head punched in on Hard Knocks Life, I think he got a legitimate shot of making it.
He can take one.
He can take one, but I like how he ran the guy down, ran the ball player down. So I think he got a legitimate shot of making it. But I don't see
Shimbo a lot.
Shimbo should be a lot. I think Shimbo is gonna start. And you hear it first. I really believe Shimbo gonna take Warlow's shot.
I don't know about that one yet.
I think Shimbo gonna take one. Not this season.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We'll see. I would like to see him on the field maybe in a 3-4 more.
But Warlow is to me, he's a tackler, but he ain't making the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, right.
I can have 25 tackles and they always coming to me. I want to see you make some hits, make some
impact
stop.
plays. Plays.
So I think Warlow got this year. He ain't starting this year, but I think Prince gonna take the middle.
Yeah, I like what I seen from him. I would definitely like to see him on the field more this year. Maybe, like I said, in a 4-3 or 3-4 system. You got to get him on the field, man. I don't like that nickel set with the two linebackers. I don't like that. Scrap that.
Yeah, that's true. What you think, Pop?
I think the same thing. I would like to see another linebacker instead of a cornerback on the field because for two, he's a good cover linebacker. He can take on the tight end, and with that, you can make the linebacker to create a little bit more pressure instead of like workload in coverage or blitzing. Man, I'm just like a quarterback spy or something like that, or a zone player down the middle of the field. Because if you got one two covering the tight end, you're okay. I think Tyler Starr won't make the team unless he goes to a practice squad and we can use him if someone goes down or something like that. But I think that linebacker Jaquez Smith, I think he do have a shot to me, and I think Shimbo also got a spot locked on the team. And that's about it. So with that safety, Dwight Lowry, I think he's going to start. So I also like what I've seen out of that dude Kamal Ishmael.
Yeah.
That's not also so.
Yeah, I do. Lowry played timid last night. He was backing off a lot of the hits.
But
he's just coming off that concussion too.
Right, absolutely.
So he played a little timid. But yeah, I did. I think Lowry will get the start, but I do like what I saw of the kid Ishmael. But actually, Ishmael is not a rookie though. He 2 years?
Yeah, he's been in the league around.
Yeah.
And I also seen a good play out of Desmond Southwood where they tried to do a screenplay and he ran down the wide receiver in the backfield or he was cut play down to like 2 yards on Desmond Southwood. I think that was a good play showing his speed. And so ended up athleticism to get around the block and still make the tackle. So I think the safeties, we do have good backup safeties behind Wilmore and Dwight Lowry.
Okay. Yeah, and of course I see Rashid Hageman making the team. I think Hageman gonna make the team. He can. I think he just raw talent. He just got to get in shape and start talking about the damn Lululemon female jeans on Hard Knocks. Like made his big ass look soft. You know, how you know about women fashion like that? You know what I mean? I can't believe he did, man.
Right, I heard.
You don't know Lululemon? Nigga, I don't know no damn Lululemon.
I don't know.
You 6'5", 315. You shouldn't even know no damn Lululemon.
Right.
Hey, but Prophet, man, it's been real, man. We enjoyed talking to you, man. And we look forward to getting you on the show next week.
All right. See you, Prophet.
All right.
Yeah, man. That cat, when I saw that episode of Hard Knocks Life, and at the end he up here talking about, you don't know Lululemon? I don't know no that. Even
Right.
Prince was like, you shouldn't even know.
Right. Yeah, I don't know either. So he on his own on that one.
He on his own, but like what the boy named Harry Douglas wearing women
The secret, yeah, secrets. Yeah, you might not want to put that on camera.
Put that on camera, dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some stuff you don't need to put on camera.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Damn, Lululemon and secrets. I'm about to be shamed, dude. I'm about to be shamed.
Ricardo Allen, half a man.
He has a man, you know what I mean, with some Superman socks on and scared to go down the thing.
Well, I'm talking about he walking around in pain for that one game.
Oh, we talking about his nuts
Right,
swollen up. Yeah, calling big balls or whatever. Man, yeah, that can't really help, because I'd have been hollering. You grazed my nuts, I'm hollering.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
It just got real.
Just got real, you know what I mean? My whole body locked up. They're going to get me on the damn stretcher. And like, what wrong with you shit? These nuts.
Who's silly, Jim?
Yeah, man. But hey, man, it been real, man. Like I said, I was thoroughly disappointed with my team last night, but I believe in them. I believe they will get better. This is not, you know me, I'm jumping ship because I ride or die for these Falcons,
we die hard, man. We just call it how we see it, though.
And we going to rise up. And, hey, man, I think they're going to get better. It's only a matter of time before we get better.
Yeah, this time we're going to challenge the Falcons to rise, not the Falcon fans, the actual Falcon players to rise up.
To rise up, man. And I'm with you on that. And, guys, if you all the music that you heard on the show today provided by Cara Colby, super producer, go by the name of K Code. Please reach out to us if you want some beats. You can email us at 365filmworks@gmail.com, or you can go to the website at 365filmworks.com and reach out to us. And please subscribe to the show. You can subscribe. You can watch you can re-listen to our show on our website at 365filmworks.com. You can listen to it on Facebook, or you can also listen to it on YouTube at 365. So please subscribe to the show and send in your email us your thoughts on the show and we can get better and add and take away. What do you like to hear us talk about?
Absolutely, man.
Absolutely. So hey guys, it's been real. Rise up, Atlanta.
Let's go, Birds. Get it together.